obtained new court records involving a key figure who worked for Casey Anthony's defense team. Mike DeForest joins us now with what he's uncovered.
Well, Mike, private investigator Dominic Casey now works for George, Cindy, and Casey Anthony. But when this case first began more than a year ago, the private eye had a written agreement with Casey Anthony's attorney, Jose Baez. As Local 6 has learned in these new documents, the two men had a major falling out over money.
The Florida bar has determined there is no evidence attorney Jose Baez did anything unethical in his dealings with private investigator Dominic Casey. But for the first time, we are learning about the financial dispute between the two men. Local 6 has obtained this sworn statement from the private investigator in which he details his financial arrangement with Baez, or at least how he thought he was going to be paid. About 2 weeks after Casey Anthony's arrest, the private eye's firm, DNA Investigations, entered into a written agreement with Jose Baez and the defense team. According to Dominic Casey, DNA's investigators' fees would be paid contingent on necessary funds becoming available. In other words, Dominic Casey believed he would receive a paycheck if and when Jose Baez ever obtained any money. About 2 months later, when Baez's former media spokesman announced that the defense team had reportedly received some funds from an anonymous donor, Dominic Casey assumed his payday had arrived. But according to the private eye, Baez never paid up, claiming that Dominic Casey had been working for free. In this same sworn statement, Dominic Casey describes the two conversations he had with Baez about his searches of the woods and other locations looking for Kaylee Anthony. If the private eye found the missing toddler either alive or dead, Dominic Casey claims he was instructed to walk away, call Baez, and not disclose the information to anyone else. The Florida bar investigated those allegations against Baez, but found absolutely no evidence of wrongdoing.
The private investigator claims that because of his work with the defense team, he's protected from answering any questions about the case. But attorneys representing Zenaida Gonzalez in her defamation lawsuit against Casey Anthony really want to grill that private investigator. It's possible they will use these new sworn statements to show that Dominic Casey ended his relationship with the defense team very early on and should be allowed to answer all of their questions. Mike?
So, Mike, we know Jose Baez never paid the private investigator. The question is now, are George and Cindy Anthony paying Dominic Casey?
That is a good question that we still don't know the answer for. The last time the Anthonys were put under oath, they said that they had not paid their private eye. But that begs the question, why is the private eye doing all of this work for free, especially when he's got his own financial problems? It's yet another mystery in this case.
Lots of questions still remain. All right, thanks, Mike.